Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gents, welcome back to a new vlog, a new week in the life. It's currently Monday, the 2nd of September. It is currently 2:15 p.m. in the afternoon. As you can see, I'm in the car. I'm just currently waiting to pick up the missus. And yeah, I thought I'd just start the vlog in here just because I think it's a good starting point for the week. This week is very, very busy, or at least it's planned to be very, very busy. A lot of kind of strategy going on, a lot of like working behind the scenes, not much kind of out in public at the moment, but we're working on webinars, building out these kind of like marketing campaigns and stuff, which is really, really exciting. And I was sort of just sitting in the car waiting really, and I thought, for those of you that are either new watching this or have been watching me for a while but don't really get why I'm doing what I'm doing, I realized I haven't really shared my kind of current mission with a lot of people. You know, I mean, my goal was to obviously make money, live the life that I want to. That's a kind of like overarching long-term goal, right? But I haven't really shared anything about like why I'm currently doing what I'm doing and what I'm actually doing. So for those of you that don't actually know, I run a coaching business, right? And this coaching business is basically teaching people how to monetize their skills. And the reason for that, and the reason that that's such like so incredibly important, I'm so passionate about it, is because I mean, I'm 21 now, right? And I've been in the online space since I was 16, like trying to make money, affiliate marketing, these different business models. I remember the first like bit of money I actually made online was buying chargers off Alibaba and then selling them in my geography class. You know, I've been doing it for a while. I've been trying to make money for a while, which means I've been through the business models. You know, I've been like through the ups and downs of different business models, different like methods, techniques, trends, whatever it is. Doing that, I get the position that a lot of you are in. I get the idea of trying and failing over and over again. And it wasn't until about a year ago when I kind of like switched my whole perspective, because I made a lot of my money doing a marketing agency, right? It was an influencer marketing agency. I made a good chunk of my cash doing that, and I started teaching people how to do that. I started creating like a coaching program, people through the whole process of how I built what I built, and I loved it. Don't get me wrong, it was fantastic. But I soon came to realize that although this is fantastic and it works for a lot of people, there's also a lot of people that it doesn't work for, you know. And the reason for that is because although I'm teaching a business model, I'm actually teaching a skill set, and a skill set that not many people have, and especially starting off, you don't have naturally. Why would you? You have to learn it. And this is where I wanted to kind of go back to basics, because I used to be such a believer and a kind of like a preacher in start a business model, find a business model and start a business model. But as I kind of like gotten older and stuff like that, I've started to realize that money isn't made with business models. Money is made through skill sets and through skills and knowledge. That's what I pivoted to now. It's not about starting a business model, start this new trend of 2024. It's about identifying something that you're good at, identifying a skill, and monetizing that skill. All right.
When it pay back with a made back, I'ma lay back on the low. For the meantime, let me fuck once till I say I gotta go.
I was learning so much shit, and it was fucking overwhelming, and I felt like I was getting worse and worse. Right? So what helped me is literally do one thing at a time. Check out your call, bro. Let's just focus on the first 5 minutes. Like, that's literally all that matters, bro. The rest we can figure out later. Check out the first 5 minutes, see what you did right, what you did wrong, and then implement.
It's that classic thing. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know, and then the more like scared you get.
So big, bro. Like the better I get, the shitter I feel. Like, I feel like
like whatever your minimum is, like whatever, like I wouldn't go below $1,500 if I'm going to do all of this work, because regardless of what result you can produce from them, it's still input that you have to do, right? It's still time that you have to put into it, work that you have to do, creating the flow, setting up the systems, whatever it is. So whatever, like let's say for example you were doing flat fee, right? Whatever that may be. What is the minimum flat fee that you would take for the work that you were doing? Let's say it's $1,500, just for example, right? Cool, make that your absolute minimum then. So when you work backwards, trying to identify like, cool, what's their revenue, what percentage am I going to take? Work backwards from that. If your minimum is 1.5K, cool. That is then like, I don't know, 20% of whatever it is, and then you have to kind of work backwards to identify what their revenue is. Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
And so yeah, that's my mission now. Basically, my mission is to help people kind of like identify the skills that they either didn't know they have, or identify skills that they can use and monetize those skills. Because, you know, I'll be honest, I'm sick and tired of the business model bullshit. I think it's incredibly obvious that business models are skills, as I just said, and I think that it's also incredibly obvious that businesses are made out of skills. So if you want to start a business, if you want to make money online, why wouldn't you start something that you have an unfair advantage in, or some kind of advantage in? You know, it almost baffles me sometimes how people almost like feel like that they have to jump on a business model or a trend and not start something that they have an advantage in. It's like, I would never start a business, and I would never recommend anyone starts a business that don't have some kind of advantage in, because then you're just, you're playing on the same like level playing field as everybody else, and that just makes you think, why in the world would you do that if there's an option to choose something better? And so yeah, at the moment I'm doing that through the likes of mentorship programs, coaching, basically any kind of way that I can to see how I can help people and how I can benefit people. Looking at doing live events soon and stuff like that, which is it's a fun journey to be on. It really, really is. It's a little bit more hard as per to just saying, hey, here's this crazy business model, join this, make me loads of money, which I could definitely do. I can't, sometimes I think about how much more money I could make if I just ripped a business model, because I know how it works, I know I could do it. But then again, it makes me think, do I want something that has longevity? Do I want something that has potential long term? Yes. And that's not only for that reason, but I actually want to help people. I want people to win, because this way I know people win, because I help people win. But anyway, currently just kind of finishing up some work. It is actually 11:30 p.m. On Monday night. I'm actually finishing up a cool tool that I'm building, this kind of AI quiz survey generating thing that essentially you would be able to use, and you'll basically be able to fill in this kind of questionnaire, and it would help identify your skill that best suits your personality type and what you have an advantage in, which is really cool, because I feel like a lot of people, especially when they get started, their main problem is actually identifying what their skill is. You may have it yourself, like, Jesus Christ, where do I even start? So I'm building a tool at the moment that kind of helps you identify that and really kind of bring that to life. I'll kind of give you a quick sneak peek now. So this is, without giving away too much, it's like a big kind of questionnaire thing that you have to fill out, answer all of these questions, and at the end it kind of gives you a list to choose from between all these skills that are like very, very kind of high income, high leverage, high value. And yeah, helps you kind of decipher which one is best suited towards you, your personality type, who you are as a person, which I think is really cool. I'm proud of it. It'll be out soon. If it's out by the time I make this video, I'll link it in the description below. If not, you'll have to kind of wait till the next video, and I'm sure I'll plug it in then, but it's going to be cool.
I know you see it, girl. This ain't sitting real good in my soul. Everywhere this little girl goes, she pick up another obstacle.
Right, ladies and gents, it is currently Wednesday, the 4th of September, 3:15 in the afternoon. Oh, and yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys a quick update and rundown of what we're actually working on this week, which is really exciting stuff. So, on the 17th of September, if you're seeing this vlog, then it's going to be way before that anyway. We're actually coming out of our first live webinar, right? And this webinar is like a kind of free class to teach people how to actually monetize their skills. And I'm going to be running through the actual process that I went through to speed run from nothing to 10K in 37 days. So I'm going to just be opening up the kind of doors and opening up the curtains, the duvet, the cover, whatever you want to say, on the process behind that to kind of explain how I actually did it. So if you watched this vlog before then, 17th of September, live lesson, webinar kind of thing, whatever you want to call it. I think it's been really, really cool. Been the first of many. I'll leave actually the registration link down below so you can take a look at it. And it'll be cool to see you guys in if it's something you want to join. There'll be giveaways and stuff on it. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of resources and stuff that I use, which is really, really exciting stuff. So that's my little pitch for the week to come. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on at the moment, within the business. A lot of it is kind of working towards that, because I want to make sure that the webinar hits hard. I want to make sure that it's super, super valuable. So I've got my kind of webinar to-do list here, which includes building out the funnels, it includes building out the scripts, it includes building out the slideshows, making sure the information is actually extremely valuable, VSLs, create the marketing plan for it, and then basically, launch it really, just see how it performs, all this kind of stuff, which is really, really exciting. Oh, just came back from town as well. Went to grab some lunch with the missus, which was nice. Got a few more client calls this afternoon. Got one in about 20 minutes time, which is kind of like a kick-off call with a student of mine. Then got some stuff to do with the socials, build out some plans, do some ideating. And then, yeah, that's kind of it for today. Happy, normal, usual day of work with a lot of planning going into place for some big launches, which is, really exciting stuff. I also thought I would show you the beast herself down there, just chilling in the drive, waiting to be driven. It's actually insane to be able to look out my window and see that just kind of waiting there for me. Very, very, very cool. What you want to do, especially when you're starting off making content, is focus very, very heavily on like the quantity over quality, because I know you've heard us speak about it before, but you only know what quality is once you've done quantity, and then you can actually identify what's good and what's bad. You've got to look at it from like the perspective of someone's brain. If they're scrolling onto your video, you have about 3 seconds to capture them, and if the 3 seconds hasn't kind of opened up a curiosity loop in their brain, then the rest doesn't matter. You know, you want to make them curious. The most stupid viral videos are almost like ones where there's no specific curiosity loop, but if you look at the video from like an analytical perspective, you'll notice that you keep watching because you want to know what happens. That has kept you curious. So the best thing I can say is that just look at it from the perspective of someone's brain. They are curious. They want to find out what the answer is or what there is to come. Therefore, they'll watch the rest of the video. So that's kind of like the best tip I can give you. And of course, just posting more. Like, I didn't identify what a good video was, what a bad video was, until I started posting more. And then you start to understand a bit. You're like, okay, people respond to this well, or they respond to this well. People tend to watch the video more when I talk about them instead of myself, or people tend to watch the video a bit more when I almost drop a bomb at the start of the video. Instagram, in terms of hashtags and stuff like that, you should only do 3 or 4 maximum, just because hashtags like help the algorithm decide what direction to put your content in, right? Who they should put it in front of. But if you've got 5, 6, 7, 8 hashtags, they don't have a clear direction. It's almost like it becomes a bit like too specific or too niche. It can only be put in front of the people that are interested in those 5, 6, 7 hashtags. So Instagram, I a lot of the time don't even put hashtags, because I just think whoever finds my video will find my video. If they like my video, they'll watch it, the algorithm will push it out more. But if you do want to use hashtags, use 1 or 2. Captions are really good to get people kind of watching, get them hooked in the first couple seconds, curiosity. And you've got to keep on opening up the curiosity loop where it keeps making someone think, what's to come next, what's to come next, what's to come next. And you can do that in loads of different ways. Like, a really good way of doing it is, videos where it's like, here's 3 things to do this, or here's five things to do this. The reason they work quite well is because you hear the first thing and then you're curious about what the second one is, and then you're curious about what the third one is. That's why those ones work quite well. You will know your content best when you just start posting more content. Right, ladies and gents, it is now Saturday the 7th of September. Some time's gone past. The week is now coming to a close, coming to the end. It's been a good week. It's been a really good week so far. I'm just about to head to the gym, and then I've got a live call with the Inner Circle community where we're going to be doing a bunch of outreach critiquing and kind of scripts, breaking them apart, ripping them apart and building them back together, which will be really fun. But yeah, it's been a good week. We've had some good success stories as well from students, which is like, it's always funny because, success stories from people that I'm working with always hit so much harder than me making money myself, because it's like, it's on paper there, it's clear. It's like, they pay me money, I make them money. And it's like, you can't, deny it. It's like a case of where someone says, I did this, or I signed this client, or this happened, or I sold this. It's like, amazing. It's working. And especially with people this week, a guy called Ollie of the Inner Circle, he didn't want to join the Inner Circle in the first place. He was completely against it. It was like a proper objection handling thing that I had to do to actually get him in the Inner Circle in the first place. And then a month and 15 days later, he signs his first client, which is just like a super, super cool feeling. So just kind of winding down for the week now. Building out the webinar. The webinar should be live, as I've already said, on the 17th, I want to say. So working on final bits for that, making sure that is like absolutely perfect. And I really do urge you, if you're seeing this video, to join the kind of wait list for the webinar, because it should be an absolute banger. And I look forward to see you guys there as well. You can tell me you've come from this one YouTube video, which would be cool. Yeah, and that's it for the week. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be much more active next week. Got a lot more to do. Some exciting stuff coming up, which is awesome. But any questions, any thoughts, any ideas in the comments down below, let me know. Cheers to week 5, I want to say. It's actually week 6, but I didn't post last week because I was like traveling throughout the entire week. So kind of week 5, vlog 5, let's just say week 6, vlog 5. And I'll see you guys in the next one, next Sunday. Exciting stuff. Bosh.